that bitch off. Big dog, keep raw. I be smoking like exhaust. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, bitch, we taking off. Came with the ball. I took a love on a double cross. You ain't no shit I done told you before. Niggas be bitches and bitches be soft. Leave you in dishes with stitches and frost. I take my energy with miles of wall. Trust me, I hang in the sky with the dogs. Lucky as heaven, but hell where I fall. Greedy as hell, I ain't passing the ball. You working with me, then we go for it all. Go for it all. KDB, bitch, I'm a boss. Pocket like with Ross. If he run up, then that pussy boy gon' fall. Gotta pay the cost just to get it all. Every time I hop up on the beat, yeah, I get that shit my all. Bitches be hoes and niggas be slow. Pick the beat up and I run it like a pro. I don't never switch on a bro for a hoe. Everywhere I go, yeah, I gotta keep that pole. And then I pass that bitch off. Big dog, keep raw. I be smoking like exhaust. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, bitch, we taking off. Came with the ball. I took love on a double cross. You ain't no shit I done told you before. Niggas be bitches and bitches be soft. Leave you in dishes with stitches and frost. I take my energy with miles of wall. Trust me, I hang in the sky with the dogs. Lucky as heaven, but hell where I fall. Greedy as hell, I ain't passing the ball. You working with me, then we go for it all. Go for it all. Yo. Stop sharing that screen. Hello. Welcome back to another Intuitive podcast. Welcome to the Communication Station with your esteemed host, Young Schwetzy, out the cut, looking fine as fuck. So, today we're going to get back into some relationship shit. Because I know y'all like y'all little story times, and I know y'all like y'all little relationship shit. So yeah, we about to get into this shit. So today we're talking about how to recognize, identify, whatever word you want to use, how to identify when you are receiving karma through your relationships with somebody else. Okay, we're talking about how you might be receiving karma through your relationships with somebody else. So to preface this, I'm going to utilize this little quote or adage that everybody always like to use all the time. You are who you hang with. You know what I'm saying? They always say this. You are who you hang with, and it's a lot deeper than just on an appearance level, because some people will have the attitude or the or just, you know, be so physical to the point where they only viewing it in one type of way. So you would think that, oh, you are who you hang with means, you know, if I'm hanging around with a bunch of thugs and shit, I'm going to be appeared as that. You know what I'm saying? It's going to affect my image and status in that type of way, in the way that I'm seen. Which, yeah, that is true. Vice versa, if you on some positive shit and you hanging around people who's on positive shit, or people who are like into business, or like people with government jobs, work at the courthouse, something like that. You know what I'm saying? If you a person who's in that type of situation, yeah, it can be on a positive end too. But it's not just the physicality of an outward image, as far as like, yeah, you work this certain type of job, or you deal with these certain type of people, so you seen in that way. It's deeper than that. So we got to take a few things in that into consideration here when we dealing with other individuals and things like that, when we're associating ourselves with certain individuals. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're a person who's not very aware, and you can't tell when like you being influenced by somebody's energy, or you know, and at the end of the day, this isn't something that happened by mistake. This is shit that y'all be allowing at the end of the day. This isn't something that that really you just be picking up by mistake. Like this is shit that y'all be attracting. This is shit that y'all be allowing to happen due to how you interact with certain things and due to what you are willing to accept by dealing with the person, right? So it come from like an energetic level. So you know what I'm saying? You need to pay attention to that. You need to pay attention to the type of energy that somebody's giving off, especially in situations where you like where you're around people who are into like weird shit behind closed doors or something like that, and you a person who's like easily susceptible to energies and shit like that, or you just allowing certain things and allowing yourself to agree to certain terms and conditions without really understanding the totality perspective of it. You get what I'm saying? So what you need to recognize is like those moments, for example, when you do some shit that you don't normally do, for example, you know what I'm saying, and you can't like figure out why, like or you start like making unnecessary like stupid mistakes and stuff like that out of nowhere, and the only thing that you can really look back to and pinpoint is that around this time when this shit started happening is whenever you started involving yourself with this certain ain't shit ass person, or even if you didn't view them as ain't shit before, now you realizing that they ain't shit because you spending too much time around each other, and now you kind of reflecting that in your own environment by mistake. So this is what y'all need to pay attention to. You are the individual, but when you come together with somebody, y'all make the two and y'all reflect off of each other. So what you need to understand is you relating on a certain level, even if it's associate that you work a job with and shit, right? Or something like that. Y'all relating on a certain mental and emotional level. Y'all relating to a certain frequency and vibration, aka your way of thinking is I need to go and work this 9 to 5 job, or emotionally I feel like I need to do this because this is what my parents want, or this is what whoever want, or this bill needs to be paid. You know what I'm saying? Y'all thinking together and relating on that same type of frequency and vibration, what same way of thinking and feeling about a situation, same way of viewing the world, same way of going about something. So even if y'all don't like outwardly relate to each other and outwardly express relation as far as like hanging outside of work and like being cool at work and like always chopping it up and joking around and shit, you need to realize that you relating with people on a certain level regardless, just by them being in your environment, even if it's a random motherfucker that you encounter at Costco or some shit. You get what I'm saying? Even if it's a random person that you encounter at Costco or something, y'all are relating on some type of frequency and vibration. So that's why y'all are in the same environment at this moment. But like I said, you the individual, so you come together with somebody and y'all relate and reflect off of each other and create the two. That's what the relation is. So therefore, by that's how you come together, and then you create the surroundings. That's where the three come in, the environment, and this play out in multiple type of ways. It play out mentally and emotionally, as far as mental and emotional environments, but as also physical environments, when these things actually start to slow down and vibrate slowly and manifest and shit like that but it starts internally within you before it gets to that level. You get what I'm saying? So somebody can rub off energies onto you, or convey something, or present some type of character or some type of energy onto you based on communication too. That's why in my last video I spoke about trauma bonding and shit like that, because that's something that y'all need to be aware of as well. What you're choosing to relate on and shit like that. But yeah, you can recognize these things though, because when you on your own time and you're not even around this person no more, if you're a person that's very sensitive to these energies and shit like that, and you're not able to kind of be your own and shit, you're gonna be influenced to do certain shit on your own time behind closed doors, or you'll start receiving certain things that necessarily you don't feel like you deserve at the moment, or you don't necessarily feel like you did anything to receive that. And the reason for that is because you've been around this person and y'all been creating a certain environment together esoterically before it even became physical. So if it's even something that you're not agreeing with, you're relating with this person on some type of level that's allowing space for this to be created. That's what we got to understand. Like everything was a feeling and an idea first. Everything was a frequency and vibration first before it became the energy. So that's what we need to understand and pay attention to with a lot of this shit. Before it actually becomes physical, this was something that you guys were creating internally. So by you relating to certain energies, you setting up the brick stepping stones for that to actually be possible in real life. You get what I'm saying? So that's the reason why you don't know what you're doing, so you don't know what you're creating. At the end of the day, you think la la la, you just living life and stuff, but meanwhile you actually creating the outcome And that be the funny thing about it, because a lot of y'all be worried about the outcome and be afraid of certain situations because of certain outcomes, or don't have the faith to make a certain outcome happen. So you be like wishing really bad and wanting really bad for it to happen, not knowing that you're the one who creating the outcomes that make you sit back and think like, damn, I wish I had that, or you know what I'm saying, whatever you lacking at the moment. So that's what we need to pay attention to. Don't get lost into other people, you know what I'm saying, and be super self-sacrificing and willing to just do shit for the sake of relating at the moment, because this is the thing, all this shit is very subtle. All this shit comes very subtly, so over time you're going to get better at picking up on these things and realizing when somebody's casting certain energies onto you and stuff like that, and realizing what's like not you, that way you don't identify with the wrong type of things, or even if it still isn't you, you just know that that's not the direction you necessarily want to take things. And you can learn by actually putting in the energy work to make certain things happen in certain ways, even if you gotta be to yourself. Like if you're a person who has just been around people for too long, like you ain't really get a chance to be by yourself. And I'm not saying like take yourself fully out of life and shit like that. You might just have to cut off some people for a minute, go to yourself to actually be able to realize what is your energy, and actually be able to reevaluate these things and understand like how you want to pivot and where you want to go from here type of situation. You get what I'm saying? But what you can do to start getting better at this is, like I said, putting in the energy work and actually putting the foundation and stepping stones down to actually make something happen. That way you can learn from it, and that way you can also realize where your blockages and shortcomings and things like that are, and what was being imposed on you by external environments, external means, and external people, places, and things. You get what I'm saying? So that's how you can actually do it. Even if it's got to be something as simple as actually going and getting a job and shit like that. Even if it's something as simple as just making some small, easily attainable goal happen. You know what I'm saying? As far as what you're whatever you're trying to go for at the moment, just that way you can test yourself and know what I'm talking about is actually legit, and that way you can actually see it reflect in your environment. That way you're not questioning things and thinking that some shit's happening by mistake or something like that. You know what I mean? We all got to deal with the influences of planetary influences and all type of other shit that we're up under at the moment. You know what I'm saying? So there is a little bit of shit that will try to like sway you sometimes, but mostly it's on you. And that's the thing. If you got shit that's like trying to block you or sway you at the moment, that's something that's wrong within you. You get what I'm saying? And not necessarily in the wrong in the sense of something good or bad, you know what I'm saying? But if it's detrimental to you, then you know it's wrong already. So yeah, if it's detrimental to you, just realize that shit and don't get sidetracked and shit, thinking that you need to participate in certain things at the moment because somebody in the environment or situation got some money to give to you, or damn, I about sneeze like a son of a bitch. But yeah, don't be thinking that you need to interact with situations just because somebody got some money in the situation. Somebody, you know what I'm saying? You feel like you need to appear a certain way or come off a certain way to please certain people in the environment and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm starting to notice like I'm gonna have to give the world a little bit of grace sometimes, because I have started to notice like people are being a little bit more accepting of people who are completely just true to themselves. You get what I'm saying? Like I've started to notice over time people are being a little bit more lenient and shit with like that, unless somebody's just like a super weirdo or some shit, you know. But yeah, I've started to notice that people ain't really fucking with shit the same way if it's not genuine, like even if it come down to like prank videos and shit like that. So I'm gonna have to give the world a little bit of grace, because I have been seeing on the internet like some really goofy ass shit, and it be having like a fuck ton of views and a fuck ton of likes and stuff like that. But you look at the comment section and everybody like clowning on them, being like, this is obviously fake. Like either that or like you not being true to yourself, like whatever you saying is obviously a lie, like you don't actually feel what you saying, like, or either that or you're like playing out a character at the moment and you're not exactly being true to yourself, a character that's not your character. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm about to give y'all some grades on that shit. Cause I can't even lie. I can't even lie. Shit was twisted there for a good while. Like shit was all twisted and mingled. But I see that this just be some shit that the algorithm and like the people behind YouTube and shit like that be pushing for the most part. Like for the most part, the stupid shit that I see really just really be the algorithm and shit like that. It don't even really necessarily be people actually fucking with the content or people in real life, actual people actually liking these videos and actually viewing them at that level and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just starting to realize it's a lot of bot viewers and fucking fake ass likes and shit like that just for shit to appear a certain way. You know what I'm saying? I think people are finally starting to move away from that aspect of like viewing things as only if you got a certain amount of viewers you legit or some shit like that. You know, I think people are starting to kind of move away from that a little bit. So I'm gonna give y'all grace on that one. Like y'all doing a decently good job on that shit. Like y'all just need to if y'all gonna be commenting, at least be disliking these people's videos too, because you already know they ain't on shit. Motherfuckers ain't on shit ever. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers ain't on shit ever, bro. I'm still getting tired of seeing fucking influencers out here talking about shit like it means something, though. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's get back into the tip. You know what I'm saying? Because this is how you can know that this shit is legit, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how you hang around certain people and you start eating up they karma, like fucking I've seen certain situations where individuals will fucking have some shit going on with somebody and they be relating on too many levels with this person, and then they end up getting like framed or some shit for some shit that a person was actually doing. Like I've seen this in real life, motherfuckers getting framed for some shit that a person was actually doing. So you know what I'm saying? A motherfucker be hitting on their old lady, and then this motherfucker over here, like, you know them personally, you know they wouldn't never do no shit like that. But meanwhile, you know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, fucking they end up like catching a case or some shit, or fucking end up with a girl who just lie on them and call the cops and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or it'd be a situation where it's like guilty by association type of energy. You see what I'm saying? Like guilty by association type of energy. Like, you know what I mean? And this go beyond fucking just hanging around them a person who like do some foolish crash out type of shit and then get the police on them or get caught or some shit, and you riding with them while this is happening. Like beyond that, you know what I'm saying? Like I've even seen situations where people will be eating up other people's shit while they on their own time, completely away from this person. Like, you know what I'm saying? And whether that just be dealing with like confusion and dealing with like second guessing and questioning things, whether that be with you just, like I said, you start making mistakes that don't make no sense, that just come out of nowhere, and you've already been through the same type of situations before and you already know how to navigate that, and you would never let yourself make that type of mistake again or some shit. And then all of a sudden, you know what I mean, you make that mistake again and you like, you know what I'm saying, you're like, what the fuck, why? You know what I mean? I thought I already had this shit handled. And sometimes just peep game though, because sometimes it could still be you. It could be you having to go back through that shit on your own type of karmic timing, dealing with your own shit, and you was around that person as a reflection to remind you like, hey, you don't need to be doing this type of shit, you don't need to be resonating with these type of energies no more, you don't need to be in these type of environments no more. You know what I'm saying? But then all of a sudden you back on that same shit, making those same mistakes because you didn't have the depth of understanding within that realm of reality, or within that arena, or within that square moment, that learning experience, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? You just didn't have the depth of understanding that you actually needed within that realm to navigate it sufficiently, or to learn it for you or some shit like that. You get what I'm saying? Because everybody learned differently. Y'all know this shit. Everybody learned differently. So it'd be certain situations where a motherfucker had to repeat some shit a lot of times, or it just be a situation, like I said, you don't have the depth of understanding that you mean. So whenever it come around, a lot of people be like, I've noticed a lot of people be like, what the fuck, and kind of like get angry about it, especially if it's some shit that you some problems or something that you thought you was already over. like you already been through that, like you thought that you already learned everything you could from that, like you tired of it, you don't, you know what I'm saying, like the shit is just annoying to you at this point. You get what I'm saying? But you go through it again, and you like you be annoyed about it at first, but whenever you actually start to think back on it after a little bit of time has passed and shit like that, then you like, oh yeah, like that, like you start to understand the layers of understanding that you was meant to gain from that shit, and how you can actually expand your awareness around that circumstance and situation. That way you can understand it and see it from a higher view, see it from a higher perspective, and not fall into it anymore. You get what I'm saying? To be like sealed up by that energy and allow that shit to be running you in some type of way, put you in a sunken place. And then, you know what I'm saying, the mistakes, that mistake character, that downfall character, you start playing out again. You get what I'm saying? So just peep game from your experiences, you know what I'm saying? And don't be so quick to don't be so quick to try to put it on somebody else either, being in a super narky perspective and shit like that. So that's the biggest thing that y'all need to be aware of with this shit, because it'd be a lot of people out a lot of people out here who be claiming to be empaths and be claiming to be real sensitive to energies and shit like that, and always want to be saying that somebody's reflecting insecurities and shit like that, but meanwhile it be them the whole time, and they just sitting here thinking that they know what everybody's thinking and feeling all the time and shit like that, sitting here thinking that they God and shit, and all possibilities go through them or some shit, and thinking that they just know everything. So, you know, don't get lost into that aspect within this breakdown. You know what I'm saying? Thinking, taking everything that I say is literally, in that every situation is going to be, oh, it's just somebody else's fault. Like, no. And at the end of the day, whenever we're actually talking about what I'm talking about here tonight, what y'all need, another thing y'all need to understand is too, it's not nobody else's fault at the end of the day. That whatever energy they're a part of, that might just be their true authentic expression. That just might be the shit that they into. That might just be what they enjoy, even if it's detrimental to you, even if it don't make sense to you, even if the shit seemed goofy to you or some shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how a true authentic, that might be a true authentic expression to them. So you can't judge a person for being in that space. You get what I'm saying? You need to judge yourself and check yourself at the door and make yourself accountable. That way you realize, like, damn, why am I relating with that shit in the first place? Why am I involving myself with those energies in the first place? You get what I'm saying? So it'd be your fault most of the time, even if it is some shit that you're receiving from somebody else. You the one who choosing to self-identify it. You the one who choosing to not fix those things within yourself that leave the door open for shit like that to be brought in. You get what I'm saying? You need to close the door to shit like that. You got to close those doors and open those other doors that actually mean something. Either that, or it's a situation that doors remain open for a reason, and there's something that you need to learn and grow through that situation. Because if we actually learn life and actually experience some things, then you gonna know by default everything that appear negative ain't necessarily negative. You get what I'm saying? And another thing too, if you're a person who actually has experienced life and shit, then another thing that you gonna know is all money ain't good money. So that mean that's a form of currency. So if you're a person who's even more esoterically inclined and spiritually inclined and shit like that, then you gonna know that what currency is in the essence of it in the first place. You know what I'm saying? You gonna know what currency is beyond just the monetary value. You know what I'm saying? So don't be in a situation where you just around people for money and shit like that, or you're around certain people because they got something that you don't have at the moment or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Because shit can look sweet. Like I said, we've lived life. Everything that appeared good ain't necessarily good. Everything that appeared negative ain't necessarily negative. But like I said, all money ain't good money though. So don't be around the wrong type of associations, or allowing yourself to make plays on shit just for the sake of getting some money at the moment, when you know damn well that the person that you facilitating or supplying this pleasure to, or whatever it may be, that they don't wish nothing but your downfall, and they don't wish nothing but the worst on you. You know what I'm saying? I've seen a lot of situations like that where people, you know what I'm saying, they be thinking about the money so much, but don't realize that the people that they choosing to interact with on a monetary level and the business that they choosing to accept a lot of time be the reason for their downfall. And a lot of people don't realize either that fast money ain't worth a fuck. I've seen this shit too many times. I've burnt through too many bags. I've seen other people burn through too many bags to know that fast money ain't shit, man. You can have all them rack A's, but I promise you it go quick. It go quick if it's fast money. That shit ain't worth a fuck. That shit go quick. That shit'll fucking light your ass up too. And you can have what seem like a lot of money, especially to a fucking hood motherfucker or some shit. Somebody who, you know what I'm saying, grew up in rough circumstances. You can have some shit that seemed like a lot of money to a motherfucker. I guarantee you. I guarantee you, if that shit was some fast money, it ain't gonna stick around long. I could put everything on that. I've seen it happen too many times to already know that shit gone before anything. You know what I mean? And especially in situations like that, because a lot of times if you doing shit with a team, yeah, you need a team. A good team though. If you're doing shit with a team, a lot of times people will get that fast money and then they break shit off to all the homeboys. You know what I'm saying? And this is a thing too. Even if you are a person who get fast money, some people can get fast money and keep it and save it and not actually squander that opportunity or that potential within that money. You get what I'm saying? But the reason for it is because you got to respect the hustle and the grind that it took to actually get that, even if it was a little bit easier than expected and shit like that. It came quicker than expected and shit like that. It was a ease of process more than expected. You still had to do the shit to set that up in place. Even some people, it take them years to do the energy work to even build up the courage to take a step to actually do something. So that even play a part of the process too. So you know what I'm saying? So don't get lost into doing shit with a team. And when you finally get a bag that you earn and you know that you worked a little bit for it, you know what I'm saying? Even if it was kind of appear like fast money, don't get into this shit where you think that you got to break off all the guys and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been in those situations too. Like it ain't. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with helping people out a little bit and shit like that. But a lot of people be trying to take advantage and shit. Like a lot of people don't want to get off their ass and actually put in the work to do some shit. You know what I'm saying? So they'll snake off of you or feed off of you or leech off of you. That's what I meant to say, not snake or slug or fucking something like that. They more like leech off of you and fucking only get their bag and shit. They only get their weight up whenever they around you and shit because you just be a good-hearted person trying to put everybody on and shit. And but you'll realize every time you do this, you fucking even have a hard time breaking even because you just got that fast money and flipped it. Then whatever comes back to you, it's hard for you to even break even if you in the realm of business where you making profit and shit like that. You cut yourself out of profit because of what you gave to other people, and then you ain't even got your business right on your end. You not even thinking about that. You just thinking about, oh man, I just got fucking $10,000. Like, let me help out this person. Let me help out this person. Let me help out this person. Let me put them on that way they can do the same shit that I did. But like I said, most people is lazy. They don't want to get off their ass and actually do the shit. So, and also another thing too, when you hand money to somebody, they not gonna respect it as much. They not gonna move accordingly with that money because they didn't actually do the steps necessary to earn that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for you to justify just handing somebody some money and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? It's hard to justify that unless that's like your mom's or some shit or your family or some shit. You know what I'm saying? People that's taken care of you, people that's been there for you and shit like that. That's a whole different story. But it's hard to legitimately justify breaking off bread to somebody else and shit like that, who you think like might have potential or some shit. Because like I said, unless somebody actually come outwardly and show you the character traits and shit like that of what's necessary to actually have their head on their shoulders and keep a fucking bag and actually continue with the money and shit like that and build it up, you're wasting your time. I promise you. I promise you, you're wasting your time. This is the same motherfuckers who would take that money and go buy a fucking fat ass sack of weed and smoke 3.5 gram backwoods right in front of you, basically burning your money up right in front of your face, and invite every bitch in the town over that they know. Oh God, so don't get it fucked up. People will play with your money real quick, and if you a Capricorn, that shit gonna get on your nerves. So don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't be trying to have friends and be trying to give money to motherfuckers and think that they gonna respect money and respect value and shit like that in the same type of way that you do. Not everybody like that. Not everybody does that type of shit. Not everybody move accordingly and shit. Not everybody, you know what I'm saying? So just do your thing and make shit happen. Don't get it fucked up. But yeah, and don't get lost into the karma of other individuals playing out onto you. Like I said, you are who you hang with. So that's the troubling thing. People can't influence you from a subconscious level. People can't influence you from a mental and emotional level to the point where you start playing out the same character and the same characteristic traits as a certain individual who is into things on their own time. And you start developing you start doing that shit on a routine and pattern. That's like a ritual and a spell, especially if you coming outside your mouth and saying some shit or writing some words down correlated to it. So therefore, you're going to start to develop the same characteristics and traits. Keep doing that shit on a routine pattern. And then by default, you're going to start to manifest the shit that they manifest in, negative or positive, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? You're going to start to manifest it, negative or positive. And it might be negative to you and bad to them. Or I mean, it might be positive for you and negative to them, or vice versa. It could be good for you. You know what I'm saying? But everything that work ain't necessarily a good thing for you, you know? So yeah, just don't pull the trigger on no shit just because somebody got some money, just because you want to be like somebody at the moment. That's what y'all be having a lot of troubles with, or just because you easily influenceable at the moment or something. You need to have internal strength. You need to direct your own mind and create your own thoughts and go your own way with shit. That's the only way you're going to receive actual benefits and shit like that. Other than that, it's going to be something that appear and look sweet in the third dimension. And then meanwhile, you breaking your back to get it, or you selling your soul and all your time to get it. So, you know, you just going to be unhappy at the end of the day, and you're going to have a pile of money to sit on, but you ain't going to have no heart. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Malo. Thanks for popping up, dog. Thanks for popping up, everybody. Everybody who done came through. But yeah, that's it. Sweatsy in the cut. Let's play the new song one more time, because that shit bang. Slap. Young Slapjack. Let me get this motherfucker right real quick. Share the right screen. Share tab. Yeah. Just my version. And then I pass that bitch off. Big dog, keep it raw. I be smoking like exhaust. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, bitch, we taking off. Came with the ball. I took a love on a double cross. You ain't no shit I told you before. Niggas be bitches and bitches be soft. Leave you in ditches with stitches and frost. I take my nigga with miles of wall. Trust me, I hang in the sky with the dogs. Lucky as heaven, but hell I fall. Greedy as hell, I ain't passing the ball. You working with me, then we go for it all. Go for it all. So yeah, that's the new y'all be on the lookout. Fucking new video coming out on that shit tomorrow. Right back in the studio, and we doing some more shit, editing videos. Possibly got some fucking lyric videos coming out if I fucking get the time and shit like that. Just depends on how things go in the studio tomorrow, how quick we can get shit done and make it fucking look right and nice. All right, though, y'all take it easy. We out of here. Sweaty.